What's up, sports fans? What's up, world? You are now tuned into the world's greatest MC Ron and his co-host,
your guy, Zen, on Ken.
And we are keeping it 10 toes down. We are the sports podcast that always keeps it real about sports talk. It has been about a few weeks since we've been here on this podcast, since you all have heard our wonderful voices, and I do apologize to all of that. But nothing really noteworthy happened in the sports world. Am I correct? Like, other than the World Cup, right? That's what happened, right? That's the only thing that has happened in the sports world, that Spain has won the World Cup, right? And LeBron has made his final decision. But these are his words, not mine. He said this is his final decision, and he's finally made it after months, or definitely weeks.
Several weeks.
Several weeks of deliberating, of speculating,
of Adam Silver getting on his nerves, rushing him to make his decision.
That, also of a Miami Heat intern getting fired. But after all of that, LeBron has finally made his decision. He is going to the Philadelphia 76ers. LeBron fans, rejoice!
Yeah, slow that clapping down. Because for the moment, I think that happened on Thursday or Friday.
Yeah,
it happened on a Friday, bro. Like, literally Friday and Saturday. Every 30 to 45 minutes, that's the first thing that was coming out of my mouth. Dang, he went to Philly. That's all I can say, bro.
I mean, there is.
I don't like how it, like. Okay, this is how I think about it. First of all, shout out to LeBron James. Yeah. Because whatever team that you go to is going to be a much better team, regardless if that was finals or not, right? So you had a couple teams like a couple places we wanted him to go to. Like, we wanted him to go to Golden State. Because I did not saw him. I said we, not you. We wanted him to go. We wanted him to go to Golden State because, we saw him and Curry playing in the Olympics, man. And I would tune into every one of them games. Long story short, I think that would be some of the best basketball we would like to see, right? If you have some of us, would have wanted him to go to Cleveland.
Yeah.
Legacy-wise, ability to go to said championship, you know what I mean? Things that he's looking for. I mean, some people wanted him to go to Miami. I think only the Miami fans wanted that. Because, I mean, even me, like, I like to see LeBron in a Miami jersey. That looks pretty terrifying, pretty, Sith Lord-esque. Order 66 type. Like, every time he step on the court, I'm like, ooh, Miami Brian. But, no spacing, so that wasn't going to work. But then he decided to go to Philly. Like, I think Philly is a much better team than Golden State. Because of youth. I just don't like how it looks. Honestly, I'm gonna cut the bait. I'm just gonna say I don't like how it looks. Watching LeBron in the Philadelphia 76ers jersey is ugly, even if you make it black and red. It's not the Heat jersey, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know me. I don't like Philadelphia teams. That was just raised in me. I'm sorry. Philly did it to themselves. And yeah, bro, I don't know. But outside of, y'all know Zen on Ken, I like to keep things 10 toes down. I like to keep things real and in perspective. But yeah, for all of my astrological people out there, I am a Taurus. That means I like the nice things. So aesthetically, it doesn't look good. So therefore, Taurus Kenny don't like it.
Exactly.
Taurus
All
Kenny
right,
don't like
so
it all. But it's amazing. I'll let you, I'll let you give your spiel, but I think that this might be the best option he had.
And see, I understand, KJ, that you don't like this because really the main thing is you don't like Philly teams. But me,
I gotta root for a Philly, bro. Like I never did that.
Be like
I don't even think I did that in the Super Bowl, bro.
Just go ahead.
You said what?
I said, be like me and root against LeBron. You see how that works? I just joking.
Yeah, doing that, he got a couple championships off.
Anyway, so first of all, Philly was the only team that really made 100% sense. Why not the other teams? Well, actually, no, let me say, Cleveland would be the other one that made sense to me. There was only two moves for me that would make sense. That's back to the Cavs or to the 76ers. Outside of that, it didn't make any sense. Why not the Heat? Why didn't the Heat make any sense? Got a question. Bam. Bam. Giannis, LeBron, Wiggins. Who's shooting the ball?
Who's shooting that rock, bro?
LeBron
probably the best three-point shooter on that team.
Exactly. And once again, this is not a dig at LeBron. LeBron had over his career, LeBron has improved his shooting, but he's not a sniper. He's not a knockdown 3-point shooter.
LeBron hit that thing when he wanted to.
But I'm not saying he can't shoot. To say that he can't shoot, that's dumb. All right, that's completely dumb. When somebody says LeBron can't shoot, don't even. That was early Cleveland LeBron that couldn't shoot. LeBron now can shoot. He's just not a consistent one. All right, that's the problem. Andrew Wiggins, same problem.
Not a 3-point shooter at all.
Bam.
Big man.
Same problem. Giannis, are you kidding me?
Big man.
Who? So that's why the Miami Heat moved ever. Even though the Miami Heat intern just posted that video of, I think honestly, personally, if you're a little bit of a sports conspiracy theorist, LeBron may have that accidental post of the Miami Heat intern posted on the YouTube of LeBron's introduction. If you're a conspiracy theorist, you feel like, hey, he was going to Miami until that intern ruined it. But actually,
I think that they were that I don't know much about that situation, but I think they were kind of just preparing for if LeBron came, so that way, like the moment he make a decision, boom, they drop the video. They don't even got to go make it and source it and edit it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Honestly, I think the moment that Norman Powell didn't come back, that completely. Not to say Norman Powell is a world beater, but he's their best 3-point shooter, and he's a point guard, right? A ball handler. So the moment he didn't come back, LeBron was like, "Oh, definitely not Miami." It's kind of like that girl. It's kind of like that girl that you taking out. You ain't really sold on her, but you trying to see if it worked. But the moment she burped and it sound like, "Yo, daddy," you like, "Oh yeah, nope, can't handle it, can't do it, too much." You was already on your last leg, shorty.
So here's my now. Why doesn't Golden State work? Well,
too old.
No, it's not even that. It's not even that. Remember, this whole time, LeBron is fully cognizant of what people say about him out there in the media, out there on social media, in the media, sports world, everywhere. He's fully cognizant. He may act like he doesn't care about what people are saying about him. He does, and he knows how it would look if he were to went to Golden State, because now it's like basically it would have been Kevin Durant in 2016, but worse, because Kevin Durant and Steph Curry weren't rivals. LeBron and Steph Curry were. So if he would have taken himself and going to Golden State, it would have looked horrible. Listen. I understand. He's 42 years old. He's at the end of his career. He should be able to go wherever he wants and not count for his legacy, because at the end of the day, wherever he goes, he's going to be like a third or fourth option, because that's what he needs to actually be. Once again, but that's if you're thinking like me, if you're thinking logically. But the problem is, especially from what I've seen with a lot of LeBron haters and / Jordan fans, that any little thing that LeBron does, they're trying to, even at his age now, where nothing should honestly affect his legacy. His legacy has already been set, stone, and written. At this point of his career, his legacy is set, posted, written. It's over. But because you still have a lot of LeBron haters / Jordan fans are really, for some weird obsession, try to use every single thing to this day to dig at LeBron. That's why, like, him going to Golden State, I was like, nah, LeBron, please don't give these LeBron haters or / Jordan fans any more ammunition against you than they already, like, kind of have. Like, but
I think that for a person who, I could take this a multitude of ways. Let's see if I can hit all these points at the same time. Right, marksman. You ever seen that movie Wanted? I'm about to curve the bullet.
Yeah. Oh. Dang, that's a deep cut right there.
Yes, sir. That just took me on another tangent. But anyway, LeBron James, I think that because, okay, I pretty much think that, yes, his legacy is cemented, right? His legacy is cemented pending another championship. I don't think anything could affect his legacy outside of, I don't even think if he went to San Antonio that would necessarily affect his legacy, because people are already saying he ring chase. Everybody ring chase, unless you just unless you either want a bag or you want a ring. Well, what you doing in the league if not else, right? So I think that for the Kevin Durant point, I think that it is similar guys, but a little bit different, because Kevin Durant was up by that team, then they came back and spanked him, and then he went to go join them. LeBron James already beat Golden State. He would have beat Golden State twice if the playing fields were level. He could have probably beat them 3 times if they didn't go get Kevin Durant. I would say KD would get a ring, but maybe not 2, right? So for Bron to go to Golden State, that would mean he just wants to go play fun basketball, and I think he did at this point in his age of 42, 23 years into the league. I think that he's deserving of such if he want to make that decision, right? I Cleveland.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah, and I see what y'all saying too. I just don't feel that strongly about it. You know what I'm saying?
And that's not what y'all say. No, don't include that. That ain't me. That's the other people. Don't say don't include y'all. Don't include me. Don't include me, because
then you got Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? I think Cleveland and Philly, honestly. Well, we already talked about Miami. Cleveland and Philly, I feel like honestly we're on the same level-ish, right? I personally feel like he should have went to Cleveland, because not only would that, like, you get another ring, you leave and get another ring for the team. You know what I'm saying? That you were born in, for the city that you were born from, right? You get another ring for them. They kind of, I don't want to say similar. They're kind of similar teams. Like, you got Donovan Mitchell, you got Tyrese Maxey, you got. I'm gonna liken VJ Edgecombe to James Harden, because James Harden is like a washed version of James Harden, and VJ Edgecombe is a rookie. Was a rookie last year, right? So both still great, but both not at their potential yet, whether you're past it or coming up on it, right? And then you got 2 bigs who can't shoot. But the only thing for Philly is one of their bigs is always hurt. So why go to Philly? Because if you just went to Cleveland, you would still have to worry about Detroit and all those other teams in the East, because the East is looking like it's shaping into its own. You still got to worry about New York and all that. But being in Philly if being away from Philly, you don't have to worry about Philly because Philly has Joel Embiid.
You know what? I just thought about something.
Yeah.
Because you asked why not the Cavs? Why not go back? I think there might be more bad blood between LeBron James and Dan Gilbert than we might be. Because I think Dan Gilbert still owns the Cavs, right? If I'm correct. He still owns the Cavs.
I will fact check you.
Yeah, because I just want to make sure I'm right about this because I'm fact checking myself.
Yeah, I still get Dan Gilbert.
Okay, yeah. So I think there's more. I think there's a lot more hatred or something that bad blood between him. Because remember, when LeBron left the first time, Dan Gilbert said all this stuff, bad things about LeBron, and that made everybody think, oh, he's never going back to Cleveland, right? He ended up going back to Cleveland. But I think him going back to Cleveland was only specifically, I have to get them a championship. Just one championship. Once I do that, I'm good.
I'm done. I'm washing my hands clean of them, right?
I'm washing. So, but it also doesn't help that when he left both times, remember they took down his mural of we're all witnesses and all that. So they took down his mural, which I believe they should have never taken down his mural. That
was a Dan Gilbert decision because the city of Cleveland loves LeBron. They would never do that.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's what I'm saying. There's a lot more bad blood there between LeBron and Dan Gilbert than I think we probably will never know until probably 20, 25 years, and we're doing a retrospective on LeBron James' career and all that. But
you know what? Say LeBron James and Dan Gilbert still have bad blood. Guess what?
Mm-hmm.
Not only does LeBron James have a more iconic, a more glamorized job than Dan Gilbert does, he also has more money than him. So why would I go play for a dude that I did make half my check? And you don't even do your job right. I ain't going to play for y'all. And you know what? Y'all have a Dan Gilbert. You know what you don't have in Cleveland? A Jaylen Brown. Oh my God! When I had this, because I forgot for a second, Jaylen Brown went to Philly. Now I'm thinking dang, you got. Okay, let's watch how I tie this in. Right, you have Tyrese Maxey, their franchise player. You have their former MVP Joel Embiid. You have a rising star in VJ Edgecombe. You have Jaylen Brown, Finals MVP, $300 million man. Right, two-way wing player, highly coveted position, smart, MIT professor. Yeah. You dig? And you have LeBron James. LeBron. That's a great starting five. For me, I'm thinking about dang, what they're gonna do off the bench. I don't really know their bench like that, but I know that they brought in a guy called Dean Wade. And guess where
LeBron and D Wade, baby.
You dig again? And guess where D Wade just came from? Cleveland. So he was like, okay, boom. I definitely don't have to go to play with Cleveland. I'll just take a little bit of what Cleveland got and bring to where I'm about to go. So really, you can put Dean Wade, who plays defense, scores pretty straight. You can put him at the 4. LeBron at the 3, and just have Maxey and Jaylen Brown and have VJ Edgecombe come off the bench. I don't know.
Sense.
I think Philly is much better than the 7th. What were they, a 7th seed last year? I think they far better. They I don't know. Where would you rank the top 5 teams in the East?
If they're healthy, see if
everybody's healthy. Yeah. Everybody's healthy. What you rank in the top? So let's say 5, because 6 almost don't matter.
Where do I rank Philly?
And they picked up. Hold on.
I don't want to say because I have a question.
I have to add a little bit more context. Not only did Philly get LeBron James and Jaylen Brown and Dean Wade, they also brought in KCP and Anthony Simons.
Yes.
Wow.
And so now, see, I'm going to answer your question by going into one of my own questions, but I'm going to, because the question I was going to ask is, because you kind of basically led into it is what's the expectations for the 76ers now that they've made all these moves, and how much pressure is on LeBron James, right? Okay, so and there's also a third question is, does LeBron James have the most pressure on the Sixers? All right, I'm about to answer all of this in kind of one go. All right, hopefully I can. All right, so bear with me, people. Bear with me, KJ. All right, so so the expectations for the 76ers should be a top 3 seed. All right, right now, probably the second best, probably number 2. All right. Reason why? Because the Knicks won the championship. They're basically keeping their continuity. I just can't just wipe that off to the side, especially because I also got to factor in that is Embiid and LeBron gonna play all 82 games? No, they're not.
I'll give them like 20 games. But you know what though? Since they've been playing Embiid less than 30 minutes a game, since they've been treating Embiid like Wemby. Mm-hmm. He's been pretty all right, but that's not contradicting your statement. Please, sir, continue.
No problem. It's a no. So I say that the expectations should be the Philly as basically once again top 3 seed at the very least the 3rd seed in the East. All right, if they fall anything below that, that's falling below expectations. Or LeBron James and Joel Embiid only played like 15 games in the whole freaking regular season apiece. Anyway, and then honestly, that is completely 100% possible. All right, so should LeBron James feel all this pressure? No, he should not. There is no pressure on LeBron James. And no, this is not being a LeBron James apologist. All right, people, because I say this in people who once again MJ fans / LeBron haters. Will just say, "Oh no, you're trying to no." I'm a guy that once again I say I'm a guy. I'm not a LeBron stan or anything like that, but I just look at things logically. There should not be any pressure on LeBron James. He's not the one that needs to win a championship. The player on the Sixers that should have the most that everybody should be talking about, that has the most pressure, is Joel Embiid.
Boy.
That's the person. LeBron has got his championships. He's got 4 of them. He has won championships with other teams. He's won a championship with the team that drafted him. All right? Mr. Joel Embiid, the guy that was drafted by the 76ers in 2014, the guy that started this whole process mess, the guy that has lost in the second round time after time again. He literally just got swept by the Knicks, and then this man was just talking about, you know what, we had a pretty successful season. And a lot of people were like, what are you talking about, Joel Embiid? The guy that a lot of people are saying, including yourself, Joel Embiid, that believes that you're the best big man in the game. The guy that you believe that Jokic has stolen MVPs from you. All right? And once again, Jokic has a championship. You don't. That's the guy and that's what's really, really honestly pissing me off, because everybody's saying, oh, all the pressure's on LeBron James to bring the 76ers the championship. The franchise player is Joel Embiid. LeBron is not the franchise player.
Honestly, he's really the process. So right now we are seeing the process coming towards an end. So now, how much better can you make the process by bringing in a LeBron James? So it's not even like, LeBron, what can you do with this team? Because LeBron's not coming in like, I'm Batman. You know what I'm saying? It's really exactly. Embiid. Can you capitalize on all the things that you have around you now?
Because look. Exactly, because people are thinking, oh, LeBron has this. No, Joel Embiid has LeBron around him. I don't know what everybody's... Because, to be perfectly honest, the number 1 option for the 76ers, and it has been that way ever since Joel Embiid started popping off in 2017, the number 1 option for the 76ers has been Joel Embiid. For 10 seasons, basically, Joel Embiid has been the number 1 guy for the Sixers, the franchise player, and he still is the franchise player. All right, anybody who is saying, "Oh, LeBron, look what LeBron has around him. He's the person with the most." No, he's not the number 1 option. To be perfectly honest, I'm not even sure he's the number 3 option on that team, because you have Joel Embiid, you have a Tyrese Maxey, you have a VJ Edgecombe, you have a Jaylen Brown. Jaylen, and the person who has No, I don't think you're not going to want Jaylen Brown to be the fourth option.
But, no. I said Bron.
You said Bron. You said Bron might be the fourth. Yeah. Okay.
Because I would say Maxey, Brown, Embiid, Bron, Edgecombe.
That's basically it. And the person who has the second most pressure on him is not even LeBron James either. It's Jaylen Brown, because this was the guy on stream saying that this was my favorite year, that this is the guy that wants to be a number one option, that wants to be the main guy, that believes that, hey, I was the main guy who won the Celtics that championship. This guy has to prove that it really wasn't it really was him, that Boston was the one that made the mistake. So if you go around to anybody, sorry, I know I have to do this rant, but like I get upset when I like see like very illogical sports takes, like completely, and it's based on LeBron hate. It's not based on any it's not based on any logic. It's based on specifically LeBron hate, because if you say LeBron James has the most pressure, is the player with the most pressure on the Sixers, you, once again, I don't want to talk basketball, but you're just a LeBron hater. Just keep on moving, because that is, once again, Jaylen Brown, once again, Joel Embiid, who's the number one option, Jaylen Brown, who's most likely going to be the number two option. So you're saying, and like you just said, Maxey might be the number three. Like we just said, LeBron James might be the fourth. So you're telling me the fourth option on a championship team has the most pressure on him than the franchise player? Get the hell out of here.
I think if the Sixers, we are. This is almost.
So let me say this one point.
Yeah, do your thing.
If the Sixers don't make it to the championship, it is not on LeBron James. No, it has. No. Don't know. It's not against his legacy. Once again, LeBron is 42 years old. His legacy is cemented. There is nothing he can do to affect his legacy negatively. The only reason why you would believe that is because you want it to be. Because at 42 years old, all these players at 42 years old, think of all the all-time greats: Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, Steph Curry. He ain't 42 yet. But I'm just thinking, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson. Think of any of these great players at 42 years old. Wouldn't we just say, hey, when we say their legacies have been cemented, right? Hell, then you weren't even playing. But yeah, I'm sorry.
I think
all I'm gonna say is I'm gonna end this rant by saying, because breathe, MC Ron, breathe. All I'm gonna say is this. If the Sixers don't win the championship, it is the person who everybody should be pointing to is Joel Embiid, because he's the franchise. He's the main guy. LeBron James is just a supporting character. All right, you go, KJ.
I think that this is a near perfect team, and by near perfect, I don't mean by like on the court. Because think about LeBron James. Think about Joel Embiid. Think about Jaylen Brown. I'm emphasizing a certain letter when I speak for a reason, right? And the letter, just in case y'all missed it, the letter that I am emphasizing is the letter B. All three of them have the letter B in their name, right? All three of what word starts with the letter B? Beard. All three of them got beards. And you know who don't have beards? Maxey and Edgecombe. The two youngins on the group. Y'all need to grow up, get y'all some beards, and go terrorize the league. Then I'll root for y'all. I'm team beard.
But yes. So what is your expectations for the 76ers? My expectations for them for this year, at least be a top 3 seed. Championship, don't know. We got to see. LeBron signed a 1-1 for a reason, huh?
Yeah. Well, that's what I was about to say. What we didn't cover was the context of the contract, right? LeBron James signed a 2-year, $8 million deal. First of all, I never would have thought in my life I would see LeBron James take $8 million. But like when I say it, I feel like it should say 80, 800. Like it should be some zeros behind it. But My expectation for them is Eastern Conference Finals. Because I heard some people say, and this might have been Nick Wright. Don't quote me. But or on Nick Wright's show, I heard some people say that the first time, maybe this was somebody on Colin Coward's show. Anyway, the the first time, like when LeBron went to Miami and it didn't work out that first year because they had to learn how to gel together, they was like, it's the same thing. They're gonna be just like that. I think people nowadays think very, or maybe I'm older now and I didn't notice how people thought when I was younger, right? Maybe
Yeah.
I think people are very copy and paste situationally, right? They see one situation and be like, okay, this is what I expect in the next situation, right? So like take a person who's never been outside, and then the first time they go outside, it's like it's a storm, and they see somebody get shocked by electricity. They're like, oh, that's why I've been inside my whole life. Outside is dangerous. But somebody who be outside all the time, no, people don't get struck by lightning. That person was extremely unlucky.
Yeah, right? Extremely.
Extremely unlucky. So I say all that to say you can't really copy and paste things, right? You have to take every situation for its own thing. LeBron, and especially because not only is LeBron James older, but he's already been through that. So now he has more experience. So it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna take long for him to gel. Look at when Luka and Austin Reeves and all of them got to. I mean, he groomed Reeves, but look at when Luka got there. He instantly slid to third and was great at it, right? So now I think he already knows how to do this, and he'll show everybody else, hey, this is how we do it. Jaylen Brown is already, Maxey, Embiid, and Edgecombe was already there last year. You know, they got chemistry. Brown already is a part of team chemistry basketball background coming from Boston, right? And LeBron James is the greatest mind in basketball. So yeah, I think it's going to give it like 22 games, maybe. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I expect Eastern Conference Finals. I don't expect them to win the finals. If they did, I wouldn't be surprised. But the floor, Eastern Conference, or that better be the nastiest Game 7 in round 2 we've ever seen in our life. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, and for me, that's what honestly would make the LeBron move a success. If they get to the Eastern Conference Finals, that's farther than they have ever been in the last right? in the last 25 years.
Right.
They have not been past the second round in the last 25 years, y'all. So if LeBron just takes them past the second round, honestly, that's a...
Really, then it'll be 26.
Yeah.
26 years.
So yeah, that's like you said, I'm down with those expectations because, and you're right, every situation is not the same, but at the end of the day, it is going to take some time for these all moves to gel, because a lot of these guys, even though they played with each other a couple of these guys played with each other on Team USA, like, you know, Jaylen Brown wasn't on Team USA. He was actually pissed off about that. That's why he averaged like but anyway, but yeah, him and Embiid definitely. But it's going to take a little bit of time for these moves to these guys, because Jaylen Brown's never played with Embiid, and you know these guys haven't played together. All right, so it's gonna take a little time. It's gonna take a few games. Don't expect the Philadelphia 76ers to come out like, oh, they're gonna come out like 25-0, like they're gonna win their first 25 games. No. That's not thinking logically, people. But yeah, the East is gonna be a bloodbath. That's all I can tell you.
It's gonna be crazy. And dang, bro, y'all are doing all of this just to beat Cade Cunningham? Jeez, y'all are that afraid of that light-skinned man? I mean, I guess the last time y'all seen a new light-skinned man, it was Steph Curry, and he terrorized y'all, so I would understand.
No, they're doing all this to beat Trae Young. No, Chill out. Dang, all this to beat Trae Young and Anthony Davis, man. Ooh. They're not giving you play 20 games, bro. No, but no, I'm just joking. I'm really just joking, people. No. I'm not even sure we're gonna. My wizard, you make the playoffs. Hey, 35 wins. That's all I care about. Anyway, let's skip over to talk talk about some NFL football. Also, I forgot to mention at the beginning of this podcast, y'all, we are entering in 5 years. 5 years on this podcast, y'all. 5 years. Amazing, isn't it? Amazing, isn't it? Maybe our next podcast will be the 5-year celebration of the 5-year, because 5-year anniversary of this podcast. But it won't be actually on the 5-year anniversary, which will be July 31st. But anyway, I digress. But yes, let's talk about some NFL football, because football, yo, this is last month without football, y'all. This is the last month without football. Now, I understand people are going to say, preseason football doesn't count. Shut up!
Yes, it does. When the last time you seen Lamar Jackson throw a pass? Oh, okay.
Exactly. December. Anyway, unfortunately, December.
No time this year.
Yeah, but yes, football season. Last month without football. Football season is upon us, and I just you just smell in the air. But because of that, we still have to do our division by division recaps. Right now, we're gonna go through the both South divisions of the AFC and NFC South. Why are you doing both of them at the same time? Because we're gonna be quick, fast, in a hurry. Because we still feel like both of these divisions may be the worst in football, but also the most competitive at the same time, which is crazy. But you go ahead first. Let's go with the AFC South. Let's go with the AFC South. We'll finish off the NFC South last. So KJ, go ahead. What do you see from the AFC South this coming season?
So for everybody, all the football Neanderthals, people who don't know who is in what division, the AFC South consists of the Houston Texans, the Indianapolis Colts, the Jacksonville/London Jaguars, and the Tennessee Titans. Cam Ward and the Tennessee Titans, right? So Tennessee is going into a brand new era in their franchise, bringing in Brian Daboll. Who's their head coach?
Team Balds. No, but
yeah, no, literally. So in the NBA we have Team Beards. Now in the NFL,
but, Robert Saleh is their head coach.
Yeah, and now in the NFL we have Team Bald, right?
Yeah.
So Robert Saleh, defensive minded. Brian Daboll, also I guess defensive minded. They brought in a bunch of giants. That's why I keep bringing up Brian Daboll. They brought in a whole bunch of giants. They rebolstered their offensive line, their defense. You know what I'm saying? They drafted Buddy out of Ohio State, and they still have Cam Ward, and they got your boy Nick Singleton. They also do.
Yeah, pretty good year.
So they're definitely retooling, getting better, and everything like that. But I think the most interesting thing about the Titans is their brand new stadium that they're getting. Brand new stadium, brand new uniforms, and everything like that. And anytime a team is like doing a aesthetic overhaul, I just think that's exciting. I don't care who it is. It could be the Raiders. We know we're gonna get that same black and gray, but hey, what shade of black and gray are we getting? But yeah, so you got the Tennessee Titans. Next up, I guess you would say the London Jaguars. They are, I would say, the most disappointing of the two. Of the four. Yeah. Well, and during the season, right?
well, they got like 12, 13 wins. They were.
But what did they do with that? Right? It was good during the regular season, but in the postseason,
we didn't expect them to really make it that far in the postseason
because they're underwhelming, right? So and then you have an off season which was even more underwhelming. Like, what did you do off the top of your dome? Who did they pick up in the off season, free agency wise?
Off the top of the dome,
right. So who was their best draft pick off the top of the dome? Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So like, I don't know what to expect. I don't know. No, I do know what to expect. I don't know if I should expect anything great from them, right? Even if they are in this division, which I really think gives them a 4-game handicap. Because the other team that you have in the division is the Indianapolis Colts, and you're telling me y'all bringing back Danny Dimes after an injury, y'all giving up Alec Pierce, sending him to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
No, it wasn't Alec Pierce. It was Michael Pittman.
Was Michael Pittman. Oh, even worse. You're correct. Even worse. You gave up Michael Pittman and sent him to the Steelers. That's a double whammy for me. What I meant to say was they brought back Daniel Jones. They re-signed Alec Pierce and got rid of Pittman. So they gave up. I feel like Pittman might have been the more reliable receiver, but they gave Pierce 4 years, $114 million. Right. So they gave him a lot of money, but they ain't really do too much. They also, I mean, let's keep it honest. Like, they do have Sauce Gardner. They do, who we still like as a cornerback. They do have one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. Jonathan Taylor is pretty healthy now.
Now.
Yeah, now. But you still have, you don't have enough for me to be like, you're gonna beat the Jags, or honestly, the Titans, the Jags, or the next team that I'm about to mention, which is the Tennessee Titans, who really just need their weapons to be healthy because they have a good defense.
Talking about Texas?
Yeah, they have a good defense. They rebolstered their entire offensive line, brought in some tight ends, re-signed their bookend edge rushers and Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter. You know what I'm saying? They had I ain't gonna say they had a good draft, but you know, it wasn't as bad as Jacksonville's. So I fully expect the Texans to be how do I want to say this? I fully expect them to be the head of this division, but nobody's going to usurp them. Let me be straightforward when I say this, but watch out for the Titans.
All right, so you are correct about the Titans. From what I see in this division, I see the Titans being a 7-win team. I really do. I really do see them being a 7-win team. I don't think they're gonna go worst to first, but they might go like worst to second. I can see that. But yeah, I watch out for the Titans from this point going on forward. Like, but probably not this year, but probably next year. They'll probably win that division this season after this one. Definitely within the next 2 to 3 years. They might be winning in this division multiple times, but we just got to see. The Jaguars were a little bit of a surprise this past season. Them getting like 13 wins, but them winning the division, winning 12, then end up losing in the wild card round to the Fighting Josh Allen's, baby. But anyway, it was a close game though. But still. But the question is, like you said, none of their moves, from what I've seen, really like kind of like, oh, they're gonna build upon, you know, what they did last year. They're not just gonna win the division. They're gonna win the AFC. You know, that would be the next move. So I was like, maybe, I don't know. They might take a step back, but I think with the Jaguars, I feel like even though they didn't make those like spectacular, like wow moves that sticks to our minds, I think the little moves that they made, I'm just saying, I wouldn't underestimate the Jaguars, especially if Trevor Lawrence continues taking that step forward. And that's also a big question, because every single time, like we've seen in his 5 seasons, every single time we think he's taking a step forward, he ended up taking a step back. And we're like, and that, so, because like we saw this in like, what was it, 2021, 2022, when he took that step forward and everybody thought, oh, he's going to be good going forward. And then they took a couple steps back. And then this past season, oh, he's taking a step forward again. Is he going to take a step? And that's really the main question. Is Trevor Lawrence going to take that step back? Also, another question is about their second round pick, Justin Hunter. Is he not Justin Hunter? Travis Hunter. Sorry, why did I say Justin Hunter? Travis Hunter. Is he going to show that he was worth trading up for? Because now that I believe they're switching him back to cornerback like full time, and I think that's a bad idea. I think if you're going to trade up to a second round pick for somebody, I say you do it for an offensive weapon. So if you're going to do that, if you're going to stick him to one position, I say stick him to just wide receiver. But that's just me. Anyway, to the Titans. They did a lot of moves. They bolstered up their offensive line. They got Carnell Tate in the draft. They got my guy Nick Singleton in the backfield. Sorry. But they got Cam Ward. So now you're seeing they also I believe they added like Wendell Robinson, and they added also a couple other receivers in the during the offseason. So you see that they're now building. They're actually saying, hey, the Titans pretty much said, yeah, last year we messed up, Cam Ward. We're apologize. We basically put you behind a team that, frankly, was pretty freaking garbage. We're sorry. And to show that we're sorry, we're actually gonna build around. Because I really feel like last year was like Titans were like, okay, we got our quarterback. Okay, because like, yeah, they kind of threw that man to the wolves. But all right. Skipping over to the I said the Jaguars. Skipping over to the Texans. Skipping over to the Colts. The Colts, I feel like they might finish last in the division. The question really is, was this season from Danny Dimes just a flash in the pan, or was it something going forward? I really hope it is something going forward for the Colts, but it's looking more. It kind of has that feeling that this last year might just be a flash in the pan, but who knows? Because we thought that year that Sam Darnold spent with the Vikings was just a flash in the pan. Then we turned around this year, this past year, and he's winning the Super Bowl. So it wasn't a flash in the pan. So only time will tell. I just felt like the Colts should have probably kept, more weapons around Danny Dimes as possible, because he's not that kind of quarterback that's going to just elevate the team. All right, elevate the team. He's not that guy. But I feel like he's the guy that if you put a solid team around him, he's going to perform well, i.e. Sam Darnold. All right, he's not a guy that's going to just automatic. He's not a floor raiser. He's not a floor raising type quarterback. All right, but he's like not a floor raiser, but he's like a ceiling settler. I guess
I like that.
So, like, he won't raise your, like, he's not a guy that's gonna raise your floor or raise your ceiling, but he's a guy like I'm gonna sell it. I'm gonna sell your ceiling. Hey, if you got everything, right with the ceiling, I can hold it up from there. All right, but yeah. And then lastly, the Texans. All right. They added more to their defense. I believe they added a Reed Blankenship from the Eagles. That's a nice little move right there. I know they made a lot of moves for their defense, but their defense didn't really need a whole lot. We know last year that was a championship level defense last year with the Texans. That team with the Texans, if CJ Stroud wasn't turning the ball over, they would have rode that defense to a Super Bowl championship. I 100% believe that. I 100% believe that. But once again, the question with the Texans is CJ Stroud. Are you going to be the guy that we saw year one, or are you going to be the guy that we've seen this past year? But I'm going to give CJ Stroud a little bit of a pass, because a lot of people don't realize over the last couple of years that the offensive line has been kind of putrid. And his weapons have been injured. To your Tank Dells, Nico Collins was hurt. Like, even though I understand this season he came back, he was healthy and all that, but over these last couple of years, basically since CJ Stroud's rookie season, the weapons around him, the offensive line has not been good mainly because it's either poor play or a lot of it's because of health. So now, what the Texans did in the offseason, hey, they basically, I know they They got a first round pick as their offensive lineman. I forgot the. I think his name.
Rutledge.
I think
Rutledge out of Georgia Tech.
So yeah, they added a whole bunch of other guards, tackles.
They got McDonald. They got McDonald off of I think the next pick they got McDonald from Ohio State for the defensive line too.
Exactly. So they basically were saying, hey, they improved their already great defense, and it looks like they put a solid offensive line around C.J. Stroud. So now C.J. Stroud, all you got to do is perform. Hopefully everybody stays healthy. You can perform, because I haven't sold stock. I haven't sold my stock on C.J. Stroud yet. I haven't sold it yet, but believe me, I'm looking for suitors. But yeah, that's the way I see how the edit. So, how do we see the AFC South coming out? Who's gonna finish first, second, third, fourth in the division? KJ, real quick before we go into the NFC South.
The lesser of the Souths. Let's see how they're going to do, right? I will start from the bottom and work my way up.
Yeah.
From the bottom, it's going to be the Colts. I don't believe in them really. I like pieces on their team, groups on the offense that I like, but I don't really like the whole team. So I'm going to put them last. Above them, I will put Tennessee, because they're still young and upcoming. And because of that, then that means I have Jacksonville number 2. And then because of that, it's obviously, like I said, Houston is the head of this division, head of this household. So until one of them other 3 can get something right, whether that be Tennessee with their experience, Indianapolis with their quarterback play, or Jacksonville with their consistency, Houston got it.
Well,
and they have issues too.
No problem. For me, kind of same thing. Colts, Titans, but I'm gonna put Texans second and Jaguars first. I think Jaguars go back to back and winning this division, because I just have a huge question when it comes to that offensive line with C.J. Stroud and questions about C.J. Stroud and his confidence. I don't have that kind of questions when it comes to Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars and that offensive line and stuff like that. I don't have the same questions I have with the Texans. Because of that, give me the Jaguars to finish first in that division. But I won't be surprised if the Texans win that division again. I will not be. But all right, so now let's get to this more superior of the two Souths, as you said, KJ. The division that houses one of your favorite teams and also one of the teams you hate. Falcons.
Dirty Birds.
Emphasis on the dirty. But for you. So how do you think this division is going to play out?
Okay. How do I want to do this? Do I want to do a sweep? I'll sweep it for time's sake. At the bottom of the division, I believe it's gonna be New Orleans again. New Orleans fans are gonna be in an uproar. How are we worse than the Falcons? We got Tyler Shuck. We got so and so. Y'all got an old ass defense too. Now they did just draft Jordan Tyson. Jordan Tyson, we know, has these injuries, but if Jordan Tyson does not have these injuries, they will be a pretty good offense, I would say, right? I have them finishing last in this division though, because I do not believe that they are better. Honestly, I kind of wanted to put. I think I'm gonna flip my pick. I might put them third, because I do think that they might be better than the Falcons. No, okay. I'm sorry, I'm being wishy-washy. They always, Zeno can't listen. Always think twice. Always think 3 times before you make your decision, right? The Saints are at the bottom because I almost put Atlanta number 4, but they're going to be number 3 because of their quarterback play. We know that they have Drake London, whom they just signed to, I think, 4 years, $141 million with 100 guaranteed. Yeah, So he's a happy guy, and I think he's deserving. 6'5", really good outside receiver, right? T. Higgins-esque You know, they have Bijan Robinson. They have a pretty solid offensive line. The only issues really with their defense was their pass rush. They're kind of solving that. They did draft another phenomenal Westlake cornerback who also wore the number 2. Shout out to us. In Avion Terrell, whom happens to be the other phenomenal Westlake cornerback who wears number 2, and AJ Terrell, who is his brother. So I think that's really cool that they have the 2 brothers from Atlanta playing for the Falcons, and you know, covering Hartsville Jackson, right?
Yep.
But their only knock is their quarterback situation. Okay, they have Penix. I don't think that they should start him. I think that they should start. No, they should start him, and then if he don't work, start Tua. Because they had Tua is the only reason why I'm not putting them 4th in the division. Because if they do start Tua, and he's solid, they're a great team. Atlanta is just not. You know, they do not have bad players for real. They do, but not many. So I have Atlanta 3rd. 2nd, I mean, you can't deny Baker Mayfield. You can't do it. Yeah, I understand that they lost Mike Evans to San Francisco. But do you understand what Emeka Ibuka was doing last year as a rookie?
Woo!
That man is disgusting, right? They did, you know, they also had, I think, Levante. So who retired off their defense? Was it Levante David?
Yes, I believe it was Levante David.
I questioned it because Levante David is so old. I thought he might have retired like 6 years ago. But he's so old that he was playing 6 years after. You know what I'm saying? So, leadership off of defense is lost. But I still think that they will. They are always a gritty, resilient team that powers through, and I think they'll just do that, but only get 2nd. They also have a really good number 3 receiver in Jalen McMillan, but the real McMillan is on the number 1 team in this division, and that is the Carolina Panthers, ladies and gentlemen.
So you going with your? Is this a homer pick?
Nah. This is a sensible pick. This is a college educated pick. That's all I'm gonna say. I ain't gonna hype myself up that much. But okay, let's think about it, right? Let's break it down a little bit. Carolina won the division last year at 9-8. We had 8-9. I'm sorry. Right. They had. I tried to pull one over on y'all. No, but they had the offensive rookie of the year in Tedora McMillan, the real McMillan. Please stand up. He had 1,000 yards, albeit only a shade over 1,000, but 1,000 is still 1,000, right? We had a lot of issues with our pass rush. Our defense was great. We had issues with pass rush, and Derek Brown, the best defensive tackle in the league, was out. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, this year, Nick Scorton, who we drafted last year, who we expected to take a huge leap. Doesn't it always seem like it happens like this? Your team drafts a player and they do well in a position of need their rookie year, and you expect them to take a huge leap, and then they tear their ACL. This ain't the first time this happened in Carolina. I mean, we got Thomas Davis who tore his ACL 3 times and still was a beast. So you know, we're not unaccustomed to this, but it's still a blow, because I mean that's kind of the reason why we paid Jalen Phillips so much money, right? We paid Jalen Phillips like $120 million. He's injured, but we was like, we just really need pass rush. And if Nick Scorton can take a leap forward, we're going to be straight. Now, I still think we're going to be okay because Phillips is good, and you know, so is Lloyd that we got from Jacksonville. They're pretty good with pass rush. So we. I'm concerned, but not too much. Now, where I am concerned at is Brad Moten, our right tackle, longtime right tackle. He has a blood clot in his lungs, so he's gonna miss a couple weeks.
Hopefully,
right. And because we feel like we solidified our offensive line, we was like, okay, everybody's straight. We have all the pieces that we want. Well, let's just draft Monroe Freeling and just tailor him for a year. Well, he might have to. He might gotta play. He might gotta play, and that scares me. What also scares me. So last year, like I said, we were pretty good. We had the Teteroa McMillan, 1,000 yards, right? Well, some of that was because we had the fourth easiest schedule versus the pass, right? Yeah. Bryce Young had career highs in yards, touchdown, completion percentage, right? Teteroa, like I said, had his showing, but that was the fourth easiest schedule. This year we have the third hardest schedule in the league, the second hardest against the pass, and the first hardest against the pass rush. So we're flipping that, and we lost a lineman against the first versus the pass rush. So it's going to be tough. I think because our kind of like the Texans, because our division is so up in the air, I think we still definitely have a shot. Because outside of that, I mean, we have a great team, bro. We have a great team, and especially if Bryce Young can take a step forward. Him, Teteroa McMillan. We just re-signed Jalen Coker. Y'all heard some of him last year. Y'all gonna hear a bunch more this year. We signed AJ Dillon. And that's kind of like a filler. Chuba Hubbard, everybody knows he's good, especially if you play fantasy. He shows out for y'all all the time. But really, I mean, that's like I said, I think our defense is going to be the shine of it, because we still have Phillips, we still have Devin Lloyd, we still have Derek Brown, Trayvon Moehrig, J.C. Horn. You know what I'm saying? I think we're going to be okay.
Yeah, y'all be okay to finish third in the division. But anyway.
Well, what you got to say about my division, sir? Let's hear it.
I'm really up on the Saints. I really am. Like, almost to like, I really want them. I'm thinking they might win the division. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. Every single one of these teams have an equal chance of winning the division. To be perfectly honest, every single one of these guys.
Everybody,
so I wouldn't be surprised, huh? Including the Falcons and their 2 quarterback problem. But yeah, I think everybody has a chance to win this division. Like, it would not be surprised. And I think the winner of this division is not going to have that many wins either. I think it's going to be another 8-9 or at the best 9-8 division winner.
Yeah, it could be.
I could be shocked, but I think it's going to be like an 8 win or 9 win division winner. I really do think that it's going to be another one of those years for the NFC South. It's kind of hard to pick a winner, to be perfectly honest. Okay, last, give me the Falcons right now. If you had to, because with, if you have 2 quarterbacks, you have none, and you have Tua, which I don't have very much faith in, and then we don't know what's going to become of Michael Penix, because he hasn't shown really anything. But maybe the Falcons, maybe I'll put them as forward. Just once again, third. I don't like the fact that when you told me about y'all's schedule, especially with Bryce Young, this season is going to really prove that Bryce Young is going to be your franchise quarterback or not. If he doesn't show up this season, then y'all really got to go to somebody else. But it's kind of funny how like Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud are now facing like opposite or feel like they're going in opposite directions after their first year. Everybody, but that's why I was like, listen, everybody. Take your time when it comes to
it's like Cole versus Kendrick, bro. Like, Kendrick started off real hot, Cole started off real hot, but Kendrick to me has never outdone Section 80. Cole outdoes himself every album.
Cool. But yeah, okay, I think I might just stick with what you said. I think
so that means I'm
gonna be brave about it. I'm gonna say Falcons, Panthers, Saints, Bucks. There we go. I'm saying it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Press the button.
Do I have any reason? Nah, because honestly, what I just said could either be in the reverse or 2 things. Like, because I literally can't listen. Check it like if you're predicting who's gonna finish first, second, or third, fourth in this division right now, just throw darts at a board with your eyes closed. Whatever it hits, just go with it. All right, I'm gonna be just like that. All right, so but I'm booking it, even though I don't feel. Am I 100% confident in it? No, far from it. But I'm just gonna keep it. Like I said, Falcons 4th, Panthers 3rd, Saints 2nd, Bucks 1st. Because I believe that boy Ruben Bain Jr. is going to have a defensive rookie of the year type season. I really believe that, and I think that's going to be enough to win them. I think he's going to have like one dominant game against one division foe, and that's going to be that one game that's going to decide a tiebreak. All right, they're not going to like run away with this division. I can literally see. I could literally see every single one of these teams finishing with like an 8-9 record yeah.
I mean, it might happen in reverse of what happened last year. Like we lost to the Bucks in the we were tied. We lost to the Bucks and we still went in because we had some crazy scenario over them. So I could see that happening in reverse. We beat the Bucks, but they go on because
of some weird
some weird scenario, bro.
That's what I'm predicting, really. But that is it. We're from the South Divisions. Next podcast, we'll talk about both North Divisions, the AFC and NFC North.
Best division in the league.
and then lastly, we're going to end it off with the true best division in the league, NFC East. But let's go ahead and wrap this podcast up like we always do with our last second shout out. So KJ, who in the sports world do you have to shout out?
I have to shout out two people. The second person, I'm not really that ecstatic for a reason, and follow me when I say this, right? Y'all don't know who the first person. Y'all don't know who this is, but he goes by the name of. Since we're talking about deep cuts, right? He goes by the name of Mario Hezonja.
Oh,
does that strike a bell?
Yep, that does that for me.
Okay,
and Magic fans too.
It definitely does for me. Oh, why you say that?
It's the Magic fans. Is it Mario Hezonja, the 5th pick in the NBA draft?
Yeah. In 2015, that went for Charlotte.
He went to the Magic.
I don't know why I thought he went to. Oh, I thought he went to Charlotte because we needed a scoring 3, and y'all know like the dudes in the Euro. He came from the Euro League, and they're really good, really young. So I guess we just tried to roll the dice, but it didn't shake out. We didn't draft him, but it didn't shake out with him with the Magic neither. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Very athletic, extremely athletic though. I've seen him dunk several times. Like, oh, okay. But like I said, number 5th pick, 2015 draft. He just got another deal.
What?
Yeah. Yep. Well, he is. So he's. I believe it's with Golden State. But yeah. So shout out to him for still being around basketball. And the second one, I mean, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and shout out Bryce James. We love the James family, but I don't love Villanova. And because LeBron James went to Philly, his son is coming there with him. So I guess shout out Villanova, but definitely shout out Bryce James.
Well, I'm going to keep it on that basketball shout out. So my shout out goes out to my young players on the Wizards. Our number 1 overall pick, AJ DePazza! Yes. But also shout out to Trey Johnson and Will Riley. I like what I saw from y'all in Summer League. I really did, from all 3 of y'all. I mean, so much so that I'm really thinking about, what, do we really need Trae Young and Anthony Davis to get 35 wins? Like I said, that's the goal for next season. But I'm just saying, it's making me think, what, we may want to trade Anthony Davis. I'm just saying.
Trade him because he's not going to play anyway.
Huh?
He's not going to play anyway. Trade him.
Yeah. Trade him to the Sixers. Ask them. Can we have who do we want? Nah. They ain't got nobody we want to trade for that. Either way, But yeah, shout out to my three young whiz kids. I'm really excited to see what y'all got this season. All my young players. I really don't give a crap about Trey Young nor Anthony Davis. Because I'm really, at this point, are y'all even going to play? Anyway, but yeah, shout out to them. But that's all the time we have, folks. You've now tuned in to the world's greatest MC Ron and his co-host.
Your guy, Zen on Ken.
And we are keeping it 10 toes down. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to be on the podcast and talk your sports stuff with the best in the business, that is me and my co-host, KJ. All you have to do is one of two things. Either send an email to keepingit10toesdown@gmail.com. That is keepingit10toesdown@gmail.com. Or send us a direct message. That is on Instagram. That is at keepingit10toes. That is at keepingit10toes. Like I just said, everybody, we are at the end of the month of July. Specifically, this is July 27th, 2026. I should have said that at the beginning of the podcast, but it's okay. This is the last month without football. So the next time you hear from us on this podcast, it's going to be 5 years. We're going to do a little 5-year celebration for this podcast. All right. It's not going to be on the actual 5-year anniversary, like I said, but it's okay. Going to do a 5-year celebration, and it's going to celebrate the return of football season. Y'all have a great day and a great night.
The sun is under my feet and I come in peace to compete. I don't run if you athlete. My statistics go up in weeks and I go visit the nearest creek and I get busy. Yo, mini MC, really ballistic. Anybody can see any assistance. Everybody to see some persistence. Recognize I be really too vicious. The permanent beast and the demolition. Bringing up the street. Better partition. Better dot your T. Hannibal mention. How the all you see. Putting my dick in the rap industry. Everybody bitching. Getting mad at me. Recognize Kendrick in a battery. And I'm charged up in a catastrophe. It's charged up in audacity. Y'all fucking